is.
It is, isn't it?
China. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Central. Okay. All right, cool. Here we have Mehdi. Oh, Mehdi, right? Mehdi, sorry.
Yes.
Jay, do you want to start an intro?
Yes. Oh, wait, one sec. Are we like just using this camera like this? Are you gonna switch
Mehdi
in
seems to
camera?
like this
I
camera
kind of
more.
like this more. I kind of like this more.
You like this more?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like a virtual meeting. Okay, let's start. Three, two, one, action. Hi
Very good.
everyone. Here's Jade. PJ Dumpling. Oh, PJ from PJ&Dumpling.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm James. I'm the dumpling in the PJ&Dumpling here. And this is Mehdi. Mehdi is a very good friend of ours. I've known our common friend for quite some time, and he spoke very highly of Mehdi. I think they're doing very interesting stuff. I don't know all the details yet, but we sure try to find out.
Hey, Mehdi, nice meeting you.
Hi, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Well, are you Indian? Oh no, are you Iran Persian, right? You're
I'm Persian. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm Persian.
how can you tell?
Because I have a friend whose name is also Mehdi, and you guys look very similar to each other.
Okay.
At 1 second, I was like, oh my God, is that my friend?
No, no, that's a compliment. Why would we be racist?
Well, look the same.
She said, well, you look the same.
It's not
He's a good-looking guy, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Always see the positive.
Yeah,
Always see the positive.
I
Well,
like that.
thank you, Jay. Appreciate that.
So thanks for being our second guest to our podcast. And
Well, thank you for
yeah,
having me.
so we want to keep this casual and chill, so we can just talk whatever in your mind, and we just don't have to make it very serious. It's like Santa said, type of thing. We can talk work, life, and everything.
Awesome.
Like,
So who's your audience? So like, who's your general audience?
our audience is very general, but we're our
Like, do you post it on X? Do you post it on Instagram? Where do you post this?
Yes, we post on YouTube, Discord, X, Instagram, and there's another, TikTok as well.
And maybe in the future, we're gonna post on some Chinese social media as well, like Chinese TikTok, Douyin, and Little Red Notebook. I think that's its name, Little Red Book. Have you heard of that? It's
No.
the most trending and very James. You don't know that?
No, I don't use.
小红书.
I don't use any social media at all other than LinkedIn.
Okay, all right. Maybe LinkedIn too. We can post on.
Oh yeah. So should we be posting in Facebook? Like Facebook seems to be so yesterday now. But okay.
You post it. So
Yeah.
how many? And then where's your general audience? Do you know?
We don't know yet. That's why you're the second guest.
It depends what we're gonna talk about today, Mehdi. If we're talking about more tech, probably.
Let's find out. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we have the freedom,
Mehdi, can you tell us a little bit some of the stuff you're working on right now?
Yeah. So thanks. So I am the founder of a company called Belgravia Hartford. It's a publicly traded company on the CSE, on the OTC in the US. And I've been with the company since 2013. And in 2017, we restructured it. I founded the new concept. And it's an investment holding company. And over the years, we've had a lot of various assets, from infrastructure, resource mining, all passive investments. And in the last few months, we've transformed our company into becoming a Bitcoin treasury business, where we've raised significant amount of money, over $10 million Canadian, and we're deploying it to buy Bitcoin. And I'll talk about how that started, why Bitcoin, what our thesis and philosophy is, and how it really is going to impact the world as a non-fiat event.
Yeah, sounds terrific. So why Bitcoin?
So anyone and everyone could buy Bitcoin, and that's a great thing. I mean, some people love it, some people don't, but I am in the camp that you must own Bitcoin and you must have Bitcoin. But again, I'm not here to give advice, nor will I. I'm just a big believer in it. And in order to be a believer in it, you have to understand the impacts of it. So for people, it could be a currency, a way of transferring funds from country to country. Like for example, in Southeast Asia or in the Middle East or in Iran, where my family is, you cannot sometimes send money, Western Union or TD Bank or any bank, it takes many, many days. And with the power of Bitcoin, you're allowed to do it instantly and virtually, very fast. So it's really changing the world, and it's changing the way how money supply is moving. That's one thing. But from a public company perspective, there's a lot of asset classes out there. You could own real estate, you could own, public company traded stocks, but no other asset has given you this kind of return year over year. And what the power of Bitcoin does is the more you buy, the more you're able to buy. So like our company symbol is BLGV, it trades on the CSC, and BLGVF. If you look at the symbol, you've seen that the chart has just gone up a lot and now it's corrected. But it's the power of having an asset class that's very liquid and very financeable. And I realized no other asset class gives you that liquidity. So for us to, as a public company, to move most of our assets and eventually all of our assets into Bitcoin, and every dollar we get, we put 100% in Bitcoin, it gives us an opportunity to continuously raise money.
So, Mehdi, a quick question for people like me, but Bitcoin, I understand it's gaining popularity. First time I heard about Bitcoin, it was trading at $240.
Did you buy it?
No, I was
Did you
thinking
buy?
about setting up a Bitcoin ATM machine, but shit happened, so it didn't happen. But right now, how much is Bitcoin trading at? 160?
Today's about 160,000 US.
Right. But there seems to be a lot of volatility in the value of a Bitcoin. What's your view on that?
Look, volatility creates vitality. Volatility creates liquidity. Without volatility, there is no upside. If you want to hold an asset, real estate's a very safe asset. And there is really not much volatility in real estate. Real estate gets hot and then it gets really cold. And you're either stuck holding a house, a condo, commercial complex. But with Bitcoin, and actually Bitcoin compared to a lot of asset classes is not that volatile. When you look at it, it's had, steady rise. It's had sharp ups and downs. But if you compare Bitcoin to a lot of other asset classes, it's actually not as volatile. However, its volatility at times has created incredible opportunities. When Bitcoin does take, a setback or a pullback, you see large institutional investors, people dive in, and that low isn't really lasted that long, and it jumps right back up again. Everyone has to have their own agenda, and they have to do their own homework and understand why they need to own it. It has to hit you personally. For us, what happened was it really changed my life. It changed our company. It changed the landscape of the people around me. And that doesn't happen, if I say, hey, let's go buy $50 million of real estate, that's great, but there's a lot of other people doing it.
Yeah.
If you say, let's go, buy $50 million of cars, and that's great too. A lot of people are doing that, and we know that. But with this, we're buying an investment that we're never going to sell. We're always going to keep our
You think you're going to hold your Bitcoin for that long?
Yeah, because look, there's 21 million Bitcoins out there. You can never make more Bitcoin. And the numbers that there's a few million, probably 3 million that may never even be in the circuit, that may be lost. So there's 18 million, call it. Let's say there's 18 to 21 million Bitcoins. People that are buying, like Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, the number one public company holder of Bitcoin, they will never sell their Bitcoin. Metaplanet out of Japan, they will never sell their Bitcoin. So the moment you buy these, the group that's behind it, all the companies behind it, they do not sell their Bitcoin. They just buy and they stack, and their market value goes up. Then you have a balance sheet that keeps growing. Now, there's volatility in the stock, 100%. The stocks are very volatile, but your balance sheet keeps growing the more you buy.
Yeah, I read somewhere about like 90% of the Bitcoin are held by a very small number of people, or a very small number of institutions. And I guess I don't know whether they're having the same thoughts as you do, but like what you're saying, it seems like to me that they're just holding on to.
Yeah, so like the institution, there's several different groups of investors, right? There's the maximist that I'm falling into that camp because I believe in it. I love it. I'm 100% believer in it. Then there's the investors that buy it as a hedge, and there's investors that buy it as a commodity. There's ones that buy it as a diversification. For us, it's just a 100% ownership that we need to have. The institutions that are buying it, they have their agenda. There's now ETFs. You could buy a Bitcoin ETF. You could buy a Bitcoin ETF on leverage. So it's become an ecosystem of the way the world is. For a junior company like ours, we couldn't find an asset class that was better than this. Nothing. I mean, gold, silver, fertilizers, all these businesses that we had, the market wasn't excited about it. If I come to you and say, let's go co-invest in something that's, let's say a mining project, there's a lot of human risk, there's people risk, there's environmental risk, there's political risk. There's 99 reasons why a startup can fail. And you've been around them, you've seen it. But when you invest in Bitcoin, you eliminate the people risk. There is no people risk. There is no human risk. There is no HR risk. There is no macro risk. I mean, sure, there's macro volatility in the market because something happens, it goes up and down, but that's organic. Like there's no company, there's no HR, there's no sales force, there's no business development. You're buying into a fundamental belief system. And there's about 50 million Americans, I think the number is probably a couple hundred globally, that fully and firmly believe that this is going to be the only way forward. And look, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of good people. And it's people from all walks of life, color, size, shape, age, and every nationality.
Actually, come to think about it, that's where we met, Jay. We met at one of the cryptocurrency conference. Consensus, I think that's what it's called. Right? Was it Consensus?
Were you there, Mehdi?
I was there, and that's where we got, and that's where the light went off for me. That's where they say I swallowed the orange pill.
To be honest with you, I thought people were interesting there. They're very different from startup people or the traditional.
Very smart people there. Yeah, very intelligent people there.
Yeah, very intelligent, ambitious. The vibe is totally different. I remember I bought a box of cookie. I want to share with everyone. Nobody want to take. I feel like people in the crypto world is a little bit, precautious. Or they don't eat my cookie. They don't scan any QR code.
So that's your beef with those people. Mehdi, you will eat. If we give you a cookie, you will eat more.
I just have 3 cookies right now. 5 actually. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But
sorry.
Mehdi, what'd you do before this public company? Like, obviously you've been there for a long time. I was really surprised that you've been there since 2014, 2013. My God, you don't even look that old.
No, I'm 44. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, look, my hair's
still
still
has the hair. Yeah. No coloring yet.
No, it's losing a little bit. I got to keep it. No. Okay. So I've always lived in Toronto. I moved around to London, New York, Miami, but Toronto's always my home. I worked in my 20s in the brokerage industry in Toronto. Then I worked in the mutual fund industry. So I know the landscape of the public markets pretty well. I know a lot of great people in the city, and I understood capital markets. And we're always a student of the game. No matter how well you know it, the market is faster and smarter than you.
I don't know about smarter, but they're definitely faster, right?
Well, the market is smarter. No one's smarter than the market. Yeah. The market is always smarter.
It pivots first.
It pivots first before
before anyone knows
it. The average portfolio manager cannot beat the S&P 500.
Yeah.
They can't. Over 5, there's a few people, Warren Buffett. So interesting fact. So if you take our company name, Belgravia Hartford, and if you write down Berkshire Hathaway, which is, are you familiar with Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah. Holding company of
Warren Buffett. So we're both holding. Now, if you take Belgravia and Berkshire, they both start with BE, and Hartford and Hathaway both start with HA, and they both have the same number of letters in Belgravia and Berkshire, Hartford and Hathaway. The only difference is they got a few $100 billion more than we do.
Wow, you never know. Given another 5 years, 10 years, Bitcoin can be.
Yeah,
it's like you said, it's limited asset class, right? Like there are new Bitcoins all the time, cryptocurrencies. Yeah. But Ethereum is the only other one that I know of that's still sort of maintaining its value. But the other ones, like what's that Elon Musk one? Dogecoin?
Yeah. So I'm not.
And the
Yeah,
Trump coin. I lost $200 on Trump coin.
So I don't know anything about those. I'm not familiar with those. I mean, I read about everything, but our focus, our intent, and our guiding principle is 100% Bitcoin. We don't look at anything else.
Oh, okay.
So what's your vision for your company like in the next
Very simple. Just
Yeah.
to keep on. I mean, it sounds pretty simple, right? Just keep by Bitcoin and let the market do its thing.
Cool. Like what you mentioned, like the Bitcoin is the only asset you can keep buying and get value, keep buying. So it sounds like just infinite loop. Can I take that way?
Yeah, well, look, Bitcoin, you can't make any more Bitcoin. It's an undiluted asset, number one. But if you look at the companies around the world, there's a chart I could share with you that shows how many public companies are now racing to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So we're number 95 in the world.
Oh,
globally.
impressive.
You know, MicroStrategy is number one, MetaPlanet, you know, these are the ones that are fastest growing. And we're number 95. Next week we'll be in the 70s. So they're gonna have so next week we're gonna leap up about 20, 30 spots and we're gonna keep growing.
But like your company, so it's only the investment. You don't have your own product. Or you're gonna expand your business scope into more blockchain technology.
Well, we're gonna have a back end. I mean, it's just our business is gonna have, you know, go to our website, it's BLGVBTC.com. I want you to check it out while we're on the phone. Or so BLGVBTC.
BTC.com.
You see it?
BLGVBETC.
No, BTC.
BTC, okay.
So
Bitcoin, yes.
do you see it?
I may not spell it correctly. Again, BLGBV.
V. So BLGVBTC.com.
BLGVBTC.com.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, okay. Authenticating. So what I'm looking at.
Well, do you see the site? I mean, you can sign up for our iOS system. You can sign up for just kind of navigate. I mean, you should do it too. Why don't you navigate the site a little bit while we're at it?
Investment intelligence.
Do you want to share the screen so we can see
yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay.
What you're looking at?
Let me close my a million tabs first. Okay, how can I share my screen here? Share. Okay.
No nudie pictures on your monitor? Oh, she didn't hear me.
You see my screen?
Yeah, perfect. We're looking at it right now.
Am I on the right website?
Correct.
Yeah. Bitcoin Treasury Intelligence. Canada's first macro cap on the Bitcoin standard.
This is really interesting. So, Mehdi, how did you go about and convince people and raise this $10 million private play? Was it private placement or?
It was a private place. So we have a partner with Round 13, they're Canada's largest digital asset fund.
Yeah.
So they've been a big investor. We have, you know, good investors, you know, like our mutual friend Boback and others. Look, I don't have to convince too many people. The market is convinced. You know, this isn't something that, you know, it's not a hard sell. It's people understand what we're doing.
And with this investors, are they mostly Canadians or international?
You know,
like
mostly, Canadian, US. I mean, that's, you know, but we have investors all around the world. I mean, we trade on the CSC, we trade on the Frankfurt, we trade on the US OTC under BLGVF. So, you know, there is, you know, we have three symbols, BLGV, BLGVF, and ECA, which is our Frankfurt Stock Exchange.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Jay, do you know how many minutes are we in this recording session?
How many
How many minutes are we in this recording already?
already? It's
I just want to make sure we're conscious of the time. That's it, but no worries. Mehdi, this is really interesting. I understand. I know there are a lot of followers and believers of cryptocurrencies.
But Bitcoin and crypto are two different
Yes,
things.
Sorry,
Two different
yes. Bitcoin is limited. It's already mostly mined. If you want to mine any additional Bitcoins, you require so much resources.
Correct.
It's almost impossible to mine more.
They're two different. Yeah, Bitcoin is at a whole nother level.
Yeah. Okay.
so how did you start it? Like the whole interest in the Bitcoin? Is that for wealth or for your believer of the distributed system? You know, kind of it represents a sort of freedom.
Look, it was a sign from God. It was a sign from the universe, because every asset class you touch, you didn't get the valuation. We had looked at other investments. We looked at startups, early stage, and when you get the kind of volume, liquidity, and the market reception from one investment, why would you look somewhere else? Why would you dedicate your time, passion, money, commitment to another class of assets, right? I mean, it's the Bitcoin standard is something that we're doing, and it's something we're very proud of. And the people that we're speaking to, the groups of people, the groups of investment banks and fund companies that we're speaking to, we wouldn't be able to speak to them if we're going to talk about real estate, for example, or if we're going to talk about a mining project. I mean, they're all great, but if you go and say, hey, I got a mining project somewhere in Northern Ontario or somewhere, in Europe or Middle East or Africa, it's a tougher market, right? Because now you're talking political risk and you're talking macro risk. So, we eliminate so much risk by sticking to, look, it's one asset class that's worth $2.4 trillion.
Yeah.
Gold is worth more, but there's hundreds of gold companies that create gold. This is one asset class. So look, I'm very passionate about it, and I'm very proud of our company and what we've done. Yes, it's rocky, it gets choppy, it gets volatile. That is correct, but volatility is your friend. Sure. Without, if you want to wake up every morning and drink coffee and go sit and watch the lake nice and quiet and have a quiet, that's great. And I love that. But if you want to make a lot of money and you want action and you want to be, around a lot of big events, you got to take the ups and the downs.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Your clients, if I'm your clients, why?
We don't have clients.
They're not.
We're shareholders.
That's shareholders. So the shareholders, why, if I was your shareholders, why I choose to invest in your company instead of buying Bitcoin directly myself?
Okay, so what we've created at Belgravia is, it's a liquid publicly traded stock. And we've shown the market that we can raise a lot of money and buy Bitcoin. And when you buy a Bitcoin treasury company, you're getting the upside of the fact that you can buy more and more Bitcoin. Like if you buy one Bitcoin, you have one Bitcoin. But as a public treasury company, we have the ability now to go raise money, convertible debt. Convertible debt is you raise money at a higher stock price valuation. So it's less dilutive. We could do accretive financings where you do a dilution, but then you have so much money to go buy Bitcoin. So it's a public company. It's like when you go and buy any other asset class, when you go and buy Microsoft stock, because you believe they're going to make more money over time. So that's part of an investment.
It's actually kind of interesting because are you suggesting you're issuing more debts or debentures from the company and use those financing tools to acquire more assets, Bitcoin's assets?
Yeah, just look at our last press release. If you go to, just read up our last press release. Like if you Google it, just Google, Belgrade, just Google BLGV July 16, 2025. See what comes up.
Okay, so this is interesting. Basically, their financier, they would prefer to provide a loan to you instead of them acquiring and purchasing Bitcoin directly. They sort of
We purchase it for them, and
exactly.
then they have an opportunity to buy our stock.
That's right. That's right.
So
Yeah,
we're creating, you know, it's financial engineering essentially.
Okay, that's interesting. So they sort of yeah, so they believe in your ability to understand the Bitcoin asset class business. I think that's the main thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
How do you think the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency market or regulation in Canada? Do you think, I feel like Canada is like more preserved in terms of the crypto?
It's pretty good. I mean, look, I mean, we have our accounts at CoinSquare. It's, you know, Canadian Investment Protection Fund, CIPF is there. Look, there's more scrutiny and there's more regulations and there's more transparency when I buy Bitcoin than when I was trading stocks. When you're trading stocks, you got to call your broker or go online. When you buy Bitcoin, you get up to 10 decimal points, like, you know, 116,842.65. I mean, it just goes. And then the time, you know, if you're 1 second off, you got to go in there. So the transparency is incredible. The laws, look, laws are there to protect people and investors. And in Canada, laws are good. In the US, Trump was passing, I think, the Genius Act next week. I think he's put $2.5 billion of his fund, what is it, the DJ Trump company?
Yeah.
And they got a $300 million call option. So, you know, if Donald Trump is pushing and buying Bitcoins in his company stock, we should do the same thing.
Well, also they introduced regulation. I think the Genius Act is about stablecoin, right? Basically allows a new cryptocurrency that pegs with US dollar, and essentially they have to buy more US debts or from their treasuries to ensure the value of their stablecoin. Is that what
That's what it is. Yeah, look, you're seeing more events, more regulations, more. Look, the fact that, you know, Bitcoin is now in the Senate and the Congress and the president. I mean, look, if it's the topic, and then as you can see, the price of US dollar, it keeps coming lower and lower.
Yeah.
So the lower that
they're doing intention.
Yeah. So, and look, the macro trade, I mean, you got tensions with the Middle East, tensions with China, tensions with South America. All that creates, you know, more stability for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And remember, Bitcoin is a unified global base. You know, it's a network of millions of people that believe it. But I believe in my company. I believe in so many lives are going to get better because of transparency and liquidity. You know, if you look around the world, there's so many people in so many parts of the world.
Speaking about transparency, maybe you can explain to us a little bit on the Bitcoin transaction. Bitcoin keeps a ledger, right? A blockchain ledger. So my understanding is that it actually keeps track of every single transaction. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, look, when you look at it, the future that we're going into, like, you know, when you call Uber or when you order anything, you go on your Amex, everything's so transparent now. But yet our banking still is outdated. You know, you send a wire, it doesn't get there till next day. You don't know where it is. What do you mean it's on the way? Like, it's like, where is it? What do you mean it's on the way? You know, are banks holding your money for 4 hours to collect
2 days
or to collect
or 5 days?
But what are they doing? I mean,
they're arbitraging it. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, look, I mean, like if let's say you're transferring, if a bank has $1 billion in transfers every week, whatever, a day, whatever that number is, and if you do 0.01 of $1 billion, and if you do that every day for 365 days a week,
they're arbitraging.
Look at it. I mean, they're taking your money.
But in your opinion, what could be the biggest risk for people, for your shareholders? Who would they be possibly lose money, or like the big?
Look, there's a risk to every investment. We part of transparency, you know, in our disclaimer, we say when you buy shares for a company, our risks are high risk investments. There's volatility and you may lose your money. We put that in a disclaimer. You know, for a public company CEO to say that That means I'm warning people. Like I'm taking an aggressive mandate, but I'm warning you. I'm not here sitting and saying, if you buy this, you're going to be a billionaire. There's a chance you're going to make a lot of money. There's a chance that you will experience volatility. So as an honest person, you have to say that. You have to be honest with people. You don't want to lose your money. You put in a GIC, you make 4%, and you're fine. And next year you make another 4%, and that's fantastic. If you want to make more than 4%, you take a little bigger risk. You want to make a lot of money, you take a massive risk. So the more risk you make, the more money you can make. But it has to be calculated risk.
So, but I mean, according to your strategy, it sounds like a very solid return on investment because you keep it.
Look, the return comes with time, right? Like if you look at our chart, it's been a flat, sharp up, correction, levels. I mean, that's what these stocks do, right? So for retail investors, what I would say is you have to study, you have to research, and you have to, take your time. You have to watch things, how they unfold. Nothing happens overnight.
I think, Jay, we all know there's investments by nature. Of course, we all want to get a return and preferably as higher return as possible. But there's always some risks that we're not aware of or we haven't been educated. But what Mehdi is saying is that he believes in his investment thesis, and he encouraged people to do the same, to understand, to learn more, to study more, and then this might be a good opportunity. Yeah.
Look, my belief is, I believe if you just stack up as much Bitcoin as possible, sit on it for as long as possible, forever, then like if you have a valuable asset, you can borrow against it to raise more money. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And Bitcoin it's the most liquid asset to raise money against. You could only, when you have a mortgage, you could only raise it one time. You can only get leverage based on the value of your home.
Yes. So Mehdi, this is pretty interesting. I think there are lots of things we can talk about, and we hope you can come back sometime in the future. But obviously, you have seen a lot of things going on in the industry. Is there anything that stands out in your mind that you thought that was interesting, and it could be a eureka moment, or it could be say what the fuck moment? Like,
actually, I feel like in the crypto world, it's like there's so much drama, and like you can see on the news or on social media. So can you share
so look, again, I take away, we're not in the crypto world. Like we're in the Bitcoin world, but I think we work with good people. Everyone around us is very good people. They're honest people. They're reliable, transparent. If there's drama, like my theory in life is if there's an obstacle, you fix it. If there's a problem, why did doctors and lawyers get paid a lot of money? Engineers, they fix things. In life, when there's an obstacle, it's an opportunity. If there's a problem and you fix it, you can make a lot of money. And I just see financial engineering being, so many kids are financially illiterate. I'm I'm an immigrant. I grew up here, and when a lot of immigrants come to Canada, and nowadays, like immigrants are very smart, educated, but a lot of them, they still come and they're not aware of our financial system. And we got to, do a better part in making sure people understand the financial system better. And even non-immigrants, people are clueless. They don't understand the banking system, taxes, debts, mortgages. So I think, that's very important nowadays.
Okay.
So,
Jay?
Yes, if are you looking to adopt any new AI technology currently to your company operation or whatever?
It's all there in that website. If you look at it, it's all there. Just browse around it. You'll see it. Invite me back in 3 months and let's see where we are then.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I want to follow you. I want to follow your podcast, your stories.
Yeah.
This was a little serious, but I want to see the fun stuff you guys do. And
we're gonna do a ritual.
We're fun people. When you say we're fun people,
we're not letting each other's joke. I think.
Yeah, when you're self-proclaimed fun people, you're not fun people.
No, I'm gonna follow your podcast. I'm gonna follow on social media.
Okay.
Thank
good
you.
stuff, man.
Maybe you're gonna be our first fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Thank you,
Thank
Jay.
you so much, Mehdi. Nice
Nice to meet
meeting you.
Bye-bye.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, James.
See you, Beth.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.